release from a pattern of tension is the basic way you can think of the term liberation. So the reason why, the context for this conversation is that in the Buddhist and in the Shaiva and also in the Vedanta systems of spirituality, the goal of human life and the goal of spiritual practice is liberation. And liberation from karma is the liberation from what? Liberation from karma. Karma, as you probably remember, and hopefully the rest of you do, to me means the disappointments of our ancestors. Because I've been teaching for about 47 years, I've had the opportunity to watch people and to watch the choices that they make. And over again, what I see people doing is making choices that are not in their best interest actually, but making choices that arise from what I have come to understand is a set of tensions that they, inherited, not created. And these inherited tensions installed in us by our parents, from our grandparents and their parents and grandparents, etc., ad infinitum, these tensions are embedded in us, at conception, constantly reinforced throughout the time of our family experience, and have, when we're dependent on our family and really entangled in our family systems. And they have not to do with anything but continuously reaching to fill a void, an energy void or a nourishment void that was not available to our ancestors because of some trauma, because of some, all of the tragedies of human experience that are embedded in people. And making these choices, seeing people trying to fill the void left in them because of their family experience, a void that their parents were trying to fill as well, and everybody's trying to fill. And seeing how those choices work out, really only reinforcing those patterns of trauma, not releasing them. I came to understand that what the ancients call karma is not a system of reward and punishment. Like if I do a good thing, I get good karma, and if I do a bad thing, I have bad karma, and at the end of the day, all of my bad karma is going to punish me, and all of my good karma might mitigate the punishment a little bit, but for the most part, I'm going to be punished. Well, this idea is idiocy. And, and the other thing it is far too close to the Judeo-Christian notion of sin, and I couldn't be even slightly comfortable with that idea. So, the ancients speak of liberation as the release from those patterns of trauma which have been sustained in our family systems. Okay, liberation is the end of growing. Meaning, liberation is the outcome of growth. Liberation is the outcome of the complete dissolution of all of the patterns of tension that we have accumulated in our many lifetimes on the merry-go-round of the family system that we were born into. So as those tensions, which are self-sustaining by their own momentum, are dissolved because we are taking energy from the lowest dimensions of our life, releasing it to awaken, the more increasingly refined dimensions of our being, then all of the patterns that entangle us in earthly life are dissolved, and we are released to, merge into the divine. We are also released from any further, trips around the merry-go-round of our family system and that trauma. So then we can think of liberation as an experience also of complete fulfillment. Liberation is an experience of complete union with God. Liberation is an experience of the release of every kind of suffering, and the revelation of the truth about our own, infinite and abundant nature.